queen if you nasty. I'm not one of your favorite fairies, and I'm not trying to be. I'm here to talk about being black, gay, and single. And it's my own personal, my life, my story, um, my experiences. And some of you may relate, most of you may not. But this is my personal, um, my life story. I said life story. I'm not gonna tell all my business, no. But this is something that definitely needs to be talked about more and discussed more because it's differences. And I don't want to hold y'all. I want to just get into it because I ain't want to sit and make no just 10 or 20-minute video and I'm up here sounding scripted or whatever. I really wanted to come on live and really just talk about this because it needs to be talked about. So y'all come in here. Some of y'all may see this when it's a video and I'm gonna post it. I want y'all to get in my community. I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe because this might not be the only time that I talk about this. It's so much to go into, and I want to do it in a matter of maybe 15, 20 minutes. If I can, but hey, I could go over because, I love to run my mouth and I love to hear myself speak. So y'all get up in here and find somewhere to sit down and let's talk. So, being black, gay, and single, being black already comes with its own set of misfortunes, I want to say. But for lack of a better, word, being black, it's great, honestly, but we face a lot of challenges. I personally face challenges in my own life that may be separate from other black people, but generally we know with the systematic racism, the microaggressions, the prejudices, colorism out and within the community as being black, we know those, and I deal with those as well. But also, I I'm just gonna be totally honest. I was I was called a nigger when I was in sixth grade. The first time being called a nigger by a white person, I was in sixth grade, and I went into the office. I felt away, and I talked to my principal. He was a black man, and I asked him, what should I do? Because he called me a nigger, and should I fight him? Should I, or what should I do? And my hello, y'all come up in here. I'm talking about being black, gay, and single. So y'all get in here. This is my own personal thing, and y'all could possibly relate. So like, share, and subscribe. Get in the building. So let's discuss. And he told me, no, you shouldn't fight him. But I was like, what should I do? I that's the first time I've ever been called a nigger. And he was white. I'm not gonna call out his name, but he was one of my classmates, and I did feel anger. I did feel away because I'm like, it's the first time. I'm like, wait a minute, and it's not that I didn't know that we were still going through that, but it was the first time I ever experienced it in sixth grade. And he was a hateful ass person, girl. He was one of those, real nerdy. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd, but he was one of those real. He ain't know no better. Said, do you hate being gay? Oh no, I love being gay. Oh no, y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm talking about being black, gay, and single. First, I'm talking about being black. Now I'm all everything at intersectionality. I'm all who I am. But I want to talk about the challenges that I personally faced. So, I was called, a nigger. And I was like, I'm finna whoop this motherfucker ass. But I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't really want to get in trouble. Honestly, what I was facing home, I felt better what I was dealing with at school. And that may sound crazy or like what? Because every house is not a home. Every house wasn't a home, babe. For me, I felt safer at school, even with tolerating sometimes physical abuse or being bullied or whatever. Y'all may call it normal, but ain't nothing normal about being bullied. you know, verbal abuse, and teachers allowing it. So it's a lot to be said about feeling safer at school versus in feeling safe and at home, which wasn't a home for me. And I'll talk about that later on probably another live with being, black, gay, and single. But I want to talk about just like being black for right now. I really wasn't. I really didn't fit into being with other black people. I tried. I really did. Like, really tried. Like, to be around others. Not saying I ain't ever had black friends or nothing like that. I wasn't one of those. Like, I know I'm black, of course, or whatever. And it's probably certain things that they may feel like, oh, the stereotypical black person does some things, or talking about your black card will be taken away. No, like, honey, I live in the projects, which y'all may consider, yeah, well, a lot of y'all may say black equals ghetto and vice versa, and it does not. Y'all say, hey, what's up? Get in the building, like, share, and subscribe. But my peers, I did some things that they didn't do. Like, some of them didn't like going to the library. Some of them did. Some of them, like, I didn't really hang out with people because, girl, they would fight each other and be back friends. So I was like, hell no, I'm not finna hang with y'all. I'm not with no fake ass shit. So aside from that, I'm a person outside of like, I know. No. But it's just, I didn't fit in, even from me growing up with my cousins and stuff. Like, for a time, I liked to play video games, but then I started smelling myself before I started to smell myself. Gotta tell y'all what that means. I knew I was sweet. I knew I had sugar in my tank, so I was already different. I just didn't know what to call it. Okay, so I was already out. While they was inside playing the game, I was outside. Y'all like, share, and subscribe now. Talking about being black, gay, and single. So I have to go back into my adolescence, girl, when I was a little princess. So yeah, let me read your comments so I can make sure. I love how you like yourself and you don't believe what people say. Yes, period. I hate how people say they hate gay people. I am like, bro, what's wrong being gay? Like, I'm rather gay. It's people that's like that, but they tell on themselves when they're homophobic. Like, so what are homosexuals doing to you? Because it's really weird to be worried about who somebody sleep with when it's not affecting you. It's like, it's real weird. And if you're straight, you're not worried about what a homosexual is doing. A straight man is not concerned about what a gay man is doing between the sheets unless he want a piece. Y'all gotta watch those insecure men, because they're the same ones that be putting their hands on you and be sleeping with a man at night. Just because he's jumping on us, trust, he's in our DMs, proving that, what's a real man. I'm gonna say this. Y'all believe what a real man is everything but gay. He could be a womanizer, wife beater, drug dealer, gangbanger, pedophile, everything but gay. And y'all say y'all weaponize the children, only protect the kids when y'all weaponizing them against us. And if you are black, you should be ashamed of yourself, because it wasn't that long ago when white supremacists didn't want to see you on TV. They didn't want you to have any representation. How I'm explaining to my kids that this monkey is on TV? Yeah. So the same thing the oppressors do to y'all, to us, y'all do to y'all own black queer brothers and sisters, and so on and so forth. So I was getting that from black community. I was like, so why am I getting treated this way? I talked on another live about my babysitter. She was black elderly woman. If you watched Antoine Fisher, she was damn near like that woman. If you ever watched Antoine Fisher, the only thing is she didn't like beat us, but she allowed her children to do that. Shoot us with BB guns, my siblings. I'm the eldest child, the eldest sibling. So I remember that stuff. I even have some trauma for it's like soup. You be like, soup? Really? Because she made this soup after her eldest son. He was a teenager, like 15, 16 years old. rough playing with me and my sibling to the point where my sibling got his, nose busted, and me, he hitting on me too. So y'all like, share, and subscribe. Um, she ended up calling me into the kitchen, and she was making mixed vegetables, hot ass damn soup, and wanted me to taste it. And I was like, because I knew it was hot. It was steaming, but she was like, here, and she put it in my mouth, and it burnt the roof of my mouth. And she laughed. So the thought of abuse started there. And we told my parents, but like I said, house wasn't a home, and but it wasn't always like that. It's just when a man came around, shit changed. So let me read your comments real quick. Can you tell me what it feels like being gay? I mean, I would say no, but there's differences because it's not seen as normal. When before colonialization, it was. Being gay, being homosexual, it's not for the weak. We are a minority. For me personally, I deal with more homophobia than I do with racism, but the scale ain't completely off from that. Meaning that I still deal with the same thing a black straight man would deal with. Like I get pulled over, I'm gonna have to worry about what the cops gonna do to me. It doesn't change just because of my sexual orientation. I'm all of who I am and stuff like that. But I don't want to go around circles. Being gay is not for the weak. I mean, I still face, like, I was fired from a job, fired because of how I dress. Like, I dress for comfort, but I like to wear tight fitting clothing, like joggers. I love my shape. I love my physique. So I was fired from one of my jobs, even though it was through a temp service. They didn't want me over there. They say I was a distraction or something like that. And I told the people at the temp service that they said that, and I'm like, they shouldn't be. If they're straight, they shouldn't be focused on me anyway. And I'm like, the supervisor was wearing tight fitting clothing, and mind you, he was always pulling at his penis. So it's like, if you're uncomfortable wearing them tight ass jeans, why are you wearing it? So yeah, it was discrimination. I deal with discrimination, and that was from, he was white, and he was talking with his superintendent too. So it was two of them in there with me. So I'm like, how am I a distraction? I mean, I'm just wearing clothes, comfortable clothes, tight fitting clothes in a sense, not to the point where, I mean, hey, but, and I can't help that. I have a nice ass, and I'm blessed. But then, like, how am I distracting you guys? Focus on your work, not on me. So it was definitely that. It was discrimination because I'm not the only one. And I was telling them, honey, I'm not the only one that's gay and wearing tight fitting clothing. And it's hot in here. It's hot. Why would I need to be wearing something that's gonna make me overheat and fall out? We working around a lot of machinery that radiates a lot of heat. So that was another thing. It was discrimination. So, but for the most part, when I'm dealing with homophobia, it's coming from the black community, and I hate to say that because they feel, a lot of times feel like gay black gay brothers and brothers or sisters, definitely the brothers, because it's more normalized for women to be lesbian and the men like that, for the most part. But when it comes to the men, they see it as disgusting. They think we're an embarrassment to black men. Being a black man, we're seen as less of a man in a black community. So when you talk about community, it don't really fit. It seems like it's just a word. Um, for me personally, I don't really, and I don't try to, but I wanted to have friends, whether they were gay, straight, what have you. But then people don't act the same way with me that they'll act with anyone else. I'm very opinionated, but I'm also a real sweet person. I have light energy, and I'm not a follower. I'm the type of person that's a black sheep. And I said on my other live, I'm the type of person that, the on Family Guy, the Meg of the situation. That's me. But I'm a cool ass bitch. But anyway, being black in itself, I'm faced with the challenges. I'm pretty sure it was also because I was black too. So I'm two of the things that they hated. So when I told the temp service about what was going on and how I explained to them, she was acting stank too. She was white as well. So I know that she was prejudiced too. But I needed to pay my bills. I needed to pay my bills, so I had to swallow my pride. And even though I could have been petty with her, I was like, you know what? There's a time and a place, and I'm gonna get past this. So I went to another job. It was nicer there, but then I was like, F this, because they get a percentage of your check. And I was like, I want of course I want my whole check, but Texas still gonna say God. So, I went to another area, another job outside of the temp service. Yeah. So, if you are in with a temp agency, they gonna treat you like you a temp. Oh, you a temp. Y'all see Monster in Law. They gonna treat you definitely like a temp. Oh, she's a temp. Oh, he's a temp. Yeah, bitch. Nah, who the fuck? But anyway, um, being black, we face its own challenges, and if you are gay, black and gay at the same time, gay and black and gay, it's hard to really meet community within the black community because of those things. They feel the your straight black brothers and sisters in Christ, as they put it, treat you away. They treat you like you're not even a person. And it's sad to say, for me, for me personally, girl, I'm living around, and I prefer black men, but I've been hurt more by black men. Disappointed more by black men. I mean, at least the other races have the decency not to even entertain me for the most part. And I saying, yeah, I have definitely messed with, some white men, Hispanic men, you know, Arabic men, but at least they had the common decency not to really just entertain me or really just blur the lines, as I would say, and stuff like that. I respect that more so than like, girl, you know. But even with that, with the black men, we're taught, fight and fuck. And unfortunately, like I said on my other lives, we don't have the same village to go to as women do. Because I was taught the same way. Like conditions to believe, crying, expressing yourself, you're a punk. You're less of a man. Anything feminine in a man is a disgrace. Was conditioned to believe that. And it's why a lot of us are dying young, because stress kills. You're not being able to express to anyone. And I be saying this over and over again, and I know it's facts. Ain't nobody really got to tell me that black men, black straight men, they find comfort in talking to black gay men, even though it's due to their Bible, because they believe, that that homosexuality is the only abomination. So they feel we can't judge them. So that makes them feel safe to talk to us. And then, besides that, we are easy to talk to. And, they could talk to us. So I keep saying, a lot of y'all happy homes, we help y'all with that. We still be helping y'all, but we get no credit for it. We still sexual deviance and all this type of stuff. But girl, I don't want to go into that. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm talking about being black, gay, and single. So, like I said, I felt the way about that being like earlier when I was saying been called a nigger. Like he, girl. But um, I've been faced with that too. Like the same thing another black man, he straight go through, I do too. The only thing is, I try to be observant. I try to be careful and use my discernment to really just see these people not good to hang around. They like trouble, so I'm not gonna be around them. Like I felt I felt safe with going places like going to the library or just going to the park just to get away. Cause me going to home, like I couldn't really tell anybody what was going on inside me being gay. Cause I learned at in my adolescence before I even knew what love was that I was going to hell. I knew I was going to hell, and I didn't really fully understand why. To be honest, I knew I was different. I didn't really know the term having sugar in the tank. I just knew I was different, and I didn't really start to have attraction for the same sex until I was like 9 or 10. And I know how some of y'all other black people would, especially the cisgender, the straights, would love to be like, oh, you was around a lot of women, that's why you feminine, or you was around. No, that's a stereotype. That's not all of us. I wasn't around a whole lot of women. My femininity is natural. Like I was naturally feminine. Like I even have, well, I don't have them now, but I have pictures of me having this stance, holding my arm out, like I'm snapping. Like I was already a little queen, honey. I was already that. Already. Like when I took a picture, I posed for the camera. I was always that. What you see in my profile pic on here is what it is. It's always been here, always. But the hurt was having religious trauma, and y'all definitely have to look it up. Google is free, bitch. But going to church and hearing the pastor homosexuality, and even though I didn't really know what that meant, I knew he was talking to me. It's an abomination. It's an abomination. I'm like, ugh, what? What? And I'm like, why am I going to hell? Like, no, can't be. But I did not feel safe going to church. Like, I'm from the South, girl, Baptist girl, going to church and hearing a pastor talk about homosexuality, and I knew it just, he was looking at me. Sometimes I would catch his eyes looking at me, like, what? I'm going to hell? Why? If I get 7, 8 years old, like, bitch, I'm going to hell for what? Why? Like, so I mean, even though it's not a laughing matter, but girl, you gotta laugh through your tears, honey, because it is. I mean, I just felt that like that, and then you looking around, and it's not that the eyes was on me. It's just the energy was felt. It was pointed energy, like it was pointed at me, like, oh, am I homosexual? Is this? So yeah, like. Then we had to switch churches. Like it became to a point where one pastor was talking too much about his wife, what she was gonna be, the lingerie she was gonna be wearing, like Wanda, from In Living Color would say, the lingerie, talking about why we talk about your wife's bra and all this type of stuff. This has nothing to do with the sermon. I mean, why would this have anything to do with the sermon? So we went to another church, and girl, I've been baptized 4 times. Baptized 4 times, girl. 4. And I'm like, girl, this is becoming personal now. 4 times being baptized. But I'm going to talk about that later. But going to church and going around people, majority was they were black in the church. And I mean, I guess it was, I don't know. I just didn't feel safe. I didn't really feel like, still felt lost. And I feel like they really wasn't talking about anything. I mean, they were talking about the same thing, Genesis, okay, then we talk a little bit about Psalms, and then, okay, we talk about Revelation, and then homosexuality. And I know when he's getting ready to talk about homosexuality, and it's pointedly, you know. And I couldn't help myself, girl. Like, I mean, sometimes I be cussing in my head, and then I felt like one of my pastors wasn't wearing any boxers. I feel like he was free balling, so his penis was just jumping from here to here to here, and my eyes was just, ooh, you know. And he was a nice looking man. So while he was talking about abomination, I was like, you right, but I'm still looking at your penis. So I was possessed, you know, throughout and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, lay your hands on me. Like, they'll talk to come over to, the altar and be saved. I came up there because I really, on some for real stuff, I really wanted to be saved. There's nothing worse than hearing for years and years and years you're going to hell. And I wanted them to save me. I wanted to be saved from it. Most of us, I know that because I've seen these videos, want to take a pill to get rid of the gay, wanting to pray the gay away. I mean, I remember praying the gay away, trying to pray the gay away when I was 10 years old. I sat in the room praying, God, please take the gay away, please. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to. At 10 years old, why am I praying that, pray the spirit away, like, take this away from me, because I don't want to embarrass my family. I want to like girls, I want to be with girls. It's straight people don't understand that. And religiously, being forced into religion, you not your child not feeling safe, because y'all believe we don't know. Y'all believe we don't know what we like or what we're attracted to when it comes to being gay. Some of y'all are raising queer kids, and y'all are forcing them to go to church and acting as if they are possessed and they should be saved and baptized. And I'm like, baby, even if we could be saved, that's not your job. You are not Jesus. You are not God. God did not need your help creating this shit, and they ain't gonna need your help destroying it. Y'all be acting like y'all are God's assistant, or he personally calls y'all. And I'm gonna say this like I say on everything else. If he did, what phone did he use? Did he use the iPhone, the Android, the Nokia, the Net 10? What phone? Because if you that damn special, why didn't he send you to die for us? And if you are the assistant of God, send your only begotten son to die for us, and let's see what happens. Have several seats. Have several. Y'all judge more than God do. Wait your turn. If God exists, you can believe all day, because the only one that forced is y'all. Y'all forced and shoved religion down our throats. Y'all think that people that are victims or whatever is going to continue to be victims and oppressed? No. There's a such thing as straight privilege, and y'all definitely shove all y'all beliefs, what you believe instead of knowing for a fact, down our throat. I have to say that. Now I'm talking about being black and gay at the same time. Black people, learn more about history, the truth, because there was black queers. Learn about Bayard Rustin. I'm not sure if Rustin, the movie, is on Netflix still. I have to check, but definitely watch that. We've always been here. Always. It's became more popularized in the last probably 30 years, but we've always been here. If it's not all Black Lives Matter, then drop it. All Black lives should matter, but it doesn't, because when it comes down to y'all homosexual brethren and sisterin, it's different. Like, oh, that's not our fight. Yes, it is. So if it's not all, then shut it down. So let me get back to the religious trauma that I personally experienced. Like, I was trying to pray it away. I really was. Real tears. All I should have been focused on was just playing outside. Just being free. But I didn't have that. I was being abused in my own home by my stepdad. I remember being choked up by him. But I've always defended myself. But there was no protection. I wasn't protected. I've never felt safe. Never. When it came to a man, likely my mother was not doing no mothering. It was about the man. It was about him. It wasn't about me, and I'm not gonna tell my sister's brother, my sibling story because that's them. But me personally, I had to do it. Like I was the eldest sibling doing the protecting, whatever. But I didn't feel safe at home. I did not. You know, I wasn't I wasn't able to be vibrant. You know, I felt more like I was in a cage growing up. Like I didn't know where my place was. I didn't know who to really. I mean, I was myself, but who I'm gonna tell that I'm gay? Oh, I like boys. I don't know what I am. You know, I know I'm different, but who am I? I tried, but at a very young age, I knew I couldn't tell my mother shit. She would throw it back in my face. You know, so who do you talk to? Who do you tell? Cause going to school, um, I was more so to myself, and I didn't really know until I got older that I had real bad anxiety. Like they would call on me, and I knew the teacher personally would call on me, and well, not she, but I had women and men teachers, so they would personally call on me, knowing that I was shy and I also had anxiety. So why are you calling me? And it is not that I didn't know the answer. And it came to a point where I had to be placed in special ed because I had that bad of anxiety. A lot of people are afraid to say that they were in special ed. It doesn't mean that you were slow. It doesn't mean that you were dumb. Being in special ed for me, or being tutored, it was the best experience for me because I couldn't deal with people. And genetically, well, hereditarily, um, my people are shy. They have real bad anxiety. I mean, I have this one, my cousin, I think she's my cousin or something like that. But she is like older, like in her 50s and 60s. She has real bad, she's so shy, has real bad anxiety to the point she does not come outside. So it was more so like that. But I was grateful for being in special ed and being tutored because I didn't have to be around other people. I could read in peace. I could still do my work in peace. I didn't have to worry about a teacher, you know, agreeing, like being, hateful to me because I guess they knew my people. So, that's what y'all really have to protect y'all kids against, people who may not like you, but they're in school. They working for the school because they want to, instead of coming at you, they want to come at your children. Oh, you gay too? Okay, what's up? And you single? Ain't nothing wrong with this. Beautiful. It's beautiful. My bad. I'm still reading y'all comments, but I just want to make sure I'm getting this out. Hello, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. This is a video about being black, gay, and single. So definitely, y'all like, share, subscribe, get in and get into the community. I want y'all to really, really tell y'all experiences. Whether you're black or not, just get in. Okay, we need to have the conversation. If you're gay and single, okay, you can still relate. I want y'all to definitely like, share, definitely be a part of the community when I post this. So let me get back to what I was saying so I won't be on here forever. So it was, for me, I was grateful being in special ed. People be like, oh, you in special ed, you were slow. No, it doesn't mean that. Some people have mental illnesses that they don't know that they have, and especially in the black community, even though we're becoming more, progressing more, it's still a lot of us that still believe that therapy is a white man thing, that, oh no, all we need is Jesus, all we need is church. That may be good for your spirit, but your brain is a part of your body as well. Just like Taraji P. Henson said, we go to the hospital for everything else, but we don't consider our brain as part of our body. Like, your brain has probably wired you to, your brain is going to help you. And I learned that from her when she was on a Breakfast Club. Your brain is going to protect you. I think she was on a Breakfast Club, or she was talking to T.I. and Tiny. It was one of those. But that our brain protects us from things, like puts it in the back of our head, like, so, because it's trauma. It's trying to help us, it's working with us, like to put something like, like certain smells or certain tastes bring on memories, like that you may have forgotten. It protects you against those traumas. So when I had learned that, I was like, okay. But me, I personally never believed that therapy, was only a white person thing. I was just like, would I be able to trust this bitch with my business? You know? So I was like, I've always like promoted people to want to like go to counseling, go to therapy and stuff, because why not? I'd rather pay somebody to, you know, tell my secrets to, and if they run and tell my business, I can sue them. Say, are you a musician? Oh hell yes, I'm a singer, songwriter. I have music. Definitely like, share, subscribe, and go check out my songs. One of my current for the girls. It's called Ride. So definitely go check out my music. I have that's number for a reason. But thank you for asking. Let me put your comment as yes. Definitely a musician, and I'm working on some more music too. So stay tuned. But yes, indeed, like certain smells remind you. I mean, I even had a lit thing with powder. I remember some lit powder, but it wasn't necessarily a trauma. I remember I knew I wasn't supposed to eat it. My grandma did tell me I wasn't supposed to eat it. And then I was like, ugh. It was some silly, she was making some good chicken, girl, and then I just put the lip powder in my mouth, and it just, it reminded me of that moment. I remember exactly where I was. I was at her house. Just certain tastes and smells and things remind you of things. Your brain is wired that way, which is good, and that you can remember stuff. But anyway, like I said, like, it was nothing worse like going to church. Like I would really love for parents to really, really be 10 toes down behind their children, because mine wasn't. And I'm not here to bash my mother, cause my father wasn't there. I knew he was in jail, prison, whatever one. I mean, he was caged up, he was locked up. And my granny would definitely take me and my siblings to go see him. Wouldn't really talk to him. Like, I would really, I still love to eat around that time. I really didn't really talk to him or anything like that. I just knew we looked a little bit alike. I knew my brother looked more like him. They was pretty much twinning, honey. Definitely now, he's more so the junior than me. But I just the cycle of letdowns from black men, it began with him. When I was talking about black men and stuff like that, it started with him. So I know when I go to counseling and stuff like that, they're gonna bring that up. My lack of trust or feeling men are not trustworthy or whatever stems from my father, and I know that. And I'm still, I don't hate him or anything or nothing like that, or have like anger or like ill will towards him. I just know that it affected me, not having him around and stuff like that. And he made promises that he didn't keep when he got out. I mean, I remember him needing a kidney, and in exchange for a $15 flip phone from Dollar General. And I know he felt the way because I said no. At 17, he asked me that, and my brother. But I was like, no. Why would I need my kidneys, both of them. And then you're going to feel like I should give it to you. Why? I don't owe you anything. When you got out of, the sad part, when he got out of being locked up, whether it was called jail or prison, either one of them bitches, he went right back to what he was doing to get him in there. Right back to our cousins or whatever that were trouble prone, and they were more so hood. Even though I be consider myself a hood bitch, I mean whatever, girl. I just say it's strength or whatever. But I do be I have my little flings in the hood. Um, and I will bet with any bitch. But besides that, he went right back to the cousins that he shouldn't have known. I mean, he wasn't dumb. He had a mind of his own. Went right back to where put him there, because they wasn't gonna hold him accountable. I guess they were scared of him. Me, I've always been the same. I've always said what was on my mind. I've always ran my mouth. So I mean, I'm like, why the hell would you go and be with the same people that got you in there? Why you ain't over here trying to talk with your children, with your kids? Why not? And I didn't really think he had felt the way about me being gay. I mean, I didn't really care for his opinion, but I do remember one time him really looking at me. I couldn't really tell if it was like, I didn't think it was disgust or anything, but it was the way he looked. But I was like, I mean, I didn't really feel the way, because I was like, please don't get me started, or whatever. But I'm like, ain't no way you could be judging me. That Bible definitely have a lot of deadbeat fathers feeling like they can judge or whatever. And when the time comes, I'll read him for filth if he ever want to challenge me in that way. But because I fear no man or bitch or whatever. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it stemmed from him. Like, what you doing? Like, people would talk about fatherless homes when it comes to us, and I'm like, but what about what I did that he didn't do? Because a lot of us do. we we become overachievers. We graduate from high school. We didn't have kids out of wedlock. Let me make sure this is good. We have homes. We own our homes. We have our degrees. We adopt kids that y'all straight people be putting in foster care. We the fatherless home stuff, and y'all do nothing with y'all perfect homes. Y'all still end up on drugs. Y'all still end up worse off than we are, because we had to learn to be independent. We had to learn how to operate with what we had, and to be grateful and stuff like that. But y'all never talk about the deadbeat father. Y'all never talk about, as it pertains to a black gay man, y'all never talk about the father. But y'all be like, oh, y'all make it about him, and just make it be like, oh, I'm sure he, like, condoning his behavior, but not having the child back. Like it's something wrong with us. It's nothing wrong with me, and it's nothing wrong with my fellow other gay black men that are black gay men. It's nothing wrong with y'all. Nothing wrong with you being black gay. There's nothing wrong with you being gay or having a fatherless home. I definitely commend y'all for still going, because when you were a child, you asked like every other child what you want to be when you grow up. And if you are fortunately black and gay, black and queer, babe, you don't want to be on no drugs. You don't want to be homeless. You don't want to be shunned away from your family. You don't want to be told that you're going to hell every 5 minutes. You don't want to be told by your own community that we ain't finna stand with you because of your sexual orientation. You're an embarrassment. You're not a man. You only here to be an accessory for women. You're only here to be an accessory for men when they need a bad bitch or whatever. No, we to be in the shadows by my straight counterparts. That's how y'all feel. We should be in the shadows, be punching bags. And yeah, that's still going on. Trans women, how is trans women the problem? Charlie Kirk got killed by one of his own, and y'all still want to blame black people. But then again, black people get on your shit as it pertains to all black people. That includes your black queer brothers and sisters. Don't expect us to be pro-black and y'all not. Don't expect us to be standing for y'all when y'all don't stand up for us. Because I'm just as petty as you want to be. I'm not going to stand with you if you don't stand with mine as well. You don't see me as human. If you're doing the same thing, oppressing me like they oppressed us, then what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? Like I said on my other live, I've been helped. Oh, hey, boo. I've been helped more by white people than I have been helped by my own. I remember being in Alabama. And I was simply asking the black man for a lighter, but he ignored me humming and stuff like that. Like I was trying to ask him for some money or whatever. I needed a cigarette because my car was acting up. And I got pulled over, was in the boondocks, and I was being helped by this prejudiced white woman. But the fact that she was white, and she ended up, announcing it because they feel like they saving something or whatever. But still, the fact remains, nobody black helped me when I got kicked out by my mama. My white friend helped me. Her mama helped me, even though it was still microaggressions and or whatever. They felt the same way. This prejudiced white woman, oh, they doing something nice for a black person. But still, the fact remained, I was still being helped. When my car broke down, this mobile mechanic, he's a Republican, helped me out. He was even showing me how to work on my car, so I wouldn't need him. He told me that, so I wouldn't need. And I tried to go to before y'all be like, oh, well, did you even ask a black person? Yes, I did, before I even considered. But because I'm gay, I'm a homosexual. Like I said earlier in the live, y'all don't treat me like one of y'all own, like in the black community. And I've tried over and over again, but how much I'm going to be told no by my own? How much? I can't have a safe space with my own. And I've tried for a year. I'm 30, about to be 31, and have not been proven any different. Now, I'm not saying all, but for the most part, I've been most disappointed by the black community. And like I said, at least the whites have like if I'm dating, and I'm about to switch over into being single and stuff like that, what it's like being single. But yeah, how many times I'm gonna be told no? So black people, get it together. We need to do the work from within, the healing from within. Look up Black queer history. So now to being single. Honestly, I'm used to being single. I mean, I've been like on my own for most of my life, but I didn't really start enjoy being a single like on my last part of being single. Like I've been single for 6 years, big single. And stuff like that, working on myself, healing from the stuff that I was telling y'all about, and it's way more than that too. But being single has definitely been a good journey for me. Like, hell, I've learned to be more in love with myself. I, stopped smoking. I've been smoke free for 3 months now. Sometimes you want to feel the comfort of another person, but if it's dating, it feels more like something. I remember reading a comment of a video said, y'all talking about the dating pool, it's more like a cesspool. And I was like, right, like in a dating pool for me, bitch, if that's all the fish that's in the pool, I'd rather drown. If that's all that's in the dating pool, that what I see walking out, that's all the fish, I'd rather drown in that pool. And somebody say, hell, a pool, it's a puddle. And I'm like, right. So for me, I really just enjoy being single. Like, I love my own company. I love, being able to do what the hell I want to do. Because all I wanted was to be free. To be free, to just do what I want to do. Like, being able to just because I've always felt caged. I felt caged, like cornered, like I couldn't be free to be me. So being single has definitely been that for me. Like sometimes, yeah, you be like, okay, I don't want to be single forever. Like I'm naturally a relationship-oriented type person. I would love to meet someone I'm compatible with. But I definitely want to make sure the unhealed part of myself, because I know you ain't going to be like, we all got our definitions of perfect. I personally feel you're not going to die totally healed. I don't believe that. But what I do believe is that for me personally, I want to heal those areas of myself to where I'm not being a burden on my life partner, my future husband. I'm not blaming him for the past, my past people that I've been with. I'm not trying to be with him and be like, My ex used to, because if I'm gonna be doing that or vice versa, then I should have, and he should have been with our exes. If it was gonna be that, so I want to make sure that I'm not bringing anything from any other relationship into that one, and I'm sure I won't. I'm sure I won't, because I'm really not that. I'm not like that type of person to dwell. I know I'm very independent. I know that my mouth is reckless, but when I care about you and I love you and like you, you my person. I know I'm not a cheater. I'm not going to be hurting you because I've been hurt. I'm not a hurt person that hurt people. I know that I would definitely bring to the table what I ask of the person. I have no like unrealistic, you know, ideas of a relationship. It's simple with me. It's simple with me. I'm loyal. I want him to be loyal. I'm tall. I would like for him to be tall. I work. I would like for him to work. Like, and for us to meet, have sexual compatibility because I'm in my prime. I need him to get me off, and I need him to get me off. Now, every time we have sex, it might not be star studded. It might not be, 5 stars, but we gonna have to meet somewhere and meet me on my freaky level. We can meet anywhere. Like me, like I'm looking. I want the person that's perfect for me. I deem perfect. Like beauty is, you know, in the eyes of the beholder, so is perfection. I feel for me, I'm not trying to meet what society deems is the perfect match for me because I'm not. I'm supposed to be unnatural. I don't follow the norm. So what y'all deem norm, the society norms, I don't fit the mold, and I'm happy I don't. So I'm free to make my own rules. So being single for me, I love it, and I will remain single until I get what I know that I deserve. Unfortunately, I have. Fortunately, I have met some all right people. I met some people with potential, but I don't want the. I'm not going to settle with the person that just has the potential. If you're not going to try to hone on those gifts, to hone on that potential and be that person, because I can only motivate you, but I can't force you. I don't want to be with someone I have to force, and I don't want to be with someone that's coming to me without a job. Like, get a job first, babe. Show up, and be honest. I don't want to be with someone that's bringing their representatives to the table. Like, it's a lot of guys that do that and then forget that I'm a man too. I don't want to be with someone that has to make up in their mind because I'm feminine that I'm a woman. So that makes me feel like, oh shit, if you was with a woman, you gonna treat her like shit because you feel like that masculinity and toxic masculinity got you believing that anything feminine to you is supposed to be subservient. And you gonna mansplain stuff. I'm still a man. I want that person that I'm with to know, look at me and want to be with me. That I'm feminine. I'm feminine presenting. I'm not a female. I'm not a woman. I'm gay. I'm a black gay man. So if you're not coming here to accept me and look at me and be with me, I don't want you. So that's a lot of things. And then it's hard to it's not hard to date. It's just people that you meet that the mask for mask, and then I don't fit into the being, fit, and I never want to because I like being soft, soft body, nice ass, my man boobs. I love me. So to date guys, it's already we're still men, so we like what we see. We're visual, but it's still that same thing, kind of with the straights. Straight men love what they see. They, what I like, yada yada yada. But being single has been good, but then the dating, I haven't been on a date longer. I'm gonna say in 8 years. No, probably not. Probably, yeah, probably 7, 8 years. I'd say, and it was only to two people. One, well, I had like 3 dates. One, like two, was with the same person. The other one was with another person. So yeah, if I remember correctly, that was a while ago. Ooh, that was so long. But yeah, but been on like physical date. Yeah, it's been that long. But yeah, I the honesty level, men coming with honesty, like actually being their self, being their authentic self, it's been a problem within the gay community, the black gay community, because my preference has always been my own race, but I would definitely date outside my race if I met someone that wanted to meet, date me and stuff. But I wouldn't want to meet someone that just fetishize me because I'm black or whatever, and they want to be near my penis, and I don't even really offer up my penis and stuff like that on my bottom. But for my husband, I'm keeping that secret for him. Like it's things that's about me that I want to make sure that I keep for my man, my man, my man. But the dating pool for me is very, very, very small. It's not really complex things that I want. I want what I am, but then I also love him to have differences that taste good, meaning that hell, he will motivate me too. He like to travel. I like to travel. I'm family oriented, even though a lot of my family members are relatives now. I would love for him to be close knit and tight with his family. Like I might not be close to my mother, and I'm not, or my father, and I'm not. I would like for him to be. I would love for him to want to, if he has kids and even if he don't, we're still gonna be each other family. Like I would like for those things. Like it's not hard, but I would love for someone that, yeah, that won't take my motivating and me wanting to see the best out of him. Believe, I would definitely want somebody that's not a yes man. Someone that really is who they say they are. Come showing up like they are. Give me the option to say yes and no, not lying to just kick it. And that's been a lot. And yeah, I take accountability for the times where I just allowed the convenience when I knew it was convenient, but I still saw the potential in the person, but I never tried to force them to be. It was up to them whether or not they wanted to be that person that I knew they could be. And I mean, I've always been a person where, yeah, you got it, you can do this, you got this, or whatever. I'm team them, but you know, they had a problem with being team Jerika, and we team for each other. And I have no problem with a person being an individual. And then, because I know we individuals, I would love him to go out and still do his thing and live his life and stuff like that or whatever. But just don't fuck over me. You got one time. So yeah, the dating, the singleness for me, it's been great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah. No, it honestly been great. You have moments. Yes, you're human. Like I'm human. I want to be touched. I want to feel affection. I want to feel these things, but not at the expense of the bullshit. So yeah, it be challenging sometimes. Sometimes you be like, I be like, girl, the 5 finger discount, girl, nah. But I don't really want to be out here, banging and screwing everything now. I mean, I've done my little part, my little 1-2, throwing it back, having my little back shots, and I've done my freaky stuff, and I'm not done doing my freaky stuff. But I wanna be with someone. I've always, like I said, been relationship oriented. I never wanted to just settle for hookup culture. But I can't force somebody to want to be with me. Like I know I have no problem getting dick from no one. I I would definitely want to have that problem of, oh, marry me. Not necessarily that, but I mean, just having the more healthy options. Want to be with someone healthy, and it'll take some getting used to for somebody being like, not necessarily telling me what to do, but just like, hey, put me in my place because I never experienced that. And well, kind of, but I would definitely wouldn't go into overthink because I know I overthink. You know, it's good, but sometimes I don't want to be making up my own scenarios, which I don't do. You know, well, yes I do, but not in a relationship. Anyway, girl, um, like I have this list, like I have a vision board. I have the list of my future husband, all that type of stuff, which is good to know what I want. and stuff and what I'm looking for. But then the person, I ain't trying to build a person or whatever, because I definitely want that person to be human. That's why I don't. Of course, I want to be. I want that person to be themselves. I want this person to, like, when people think about putting spells on people and stuff like that, I never want to do that. I want them to make up their mind and they come willingly, because I see that as being desperate. Like, they didn't choose you, you forced them. So I would never do that. Like, I wouldn't want to do that at all. Like, I just put it in the universe that this is what I want. This was what I need. I would like for it, to be to challenge me to be better too. I want up for the person to challenge me to be better too, and I do the same with them. And I want for the person to just have my damn back for the first time ever. And I would love for him to be another black man, because for me, ain't nothing better. Ain't no one better than a black man. But at the same time, hell, some other race of man could show me. So I don't want to be like, I'm open. I still want to continue to be open, because someone may surprise me. I don't want to just be like, hey, I ain't going to date outside my race because nah, yeah, yeah. No, if anything, I've been shown that I should definitely continue to keep my mind open and just see. But I don't want to be single forever. I know that. But if I do, it is what it is, and I'm going to continue to love me the way I know I deserve, if nobody else will. So I'm happy. I'm content. You know, I just know what I want. I know and not what I need and stuff. But the things that I may not know yet, because we evolve and grow every day, my future friends or my soul tribe or whatever should know, or they may know, you know. But yeah. So that's my own, you know, life story or whatever, girl, or whatever about being black, gay, and single. Y'all just continue to be lovely and loving to y'all stuff, and just we're resilient. We're resilient being black and gay and black. It's a resilience, because once you're tired of dealing with the microaggressions of being black, you have the strength to pull from being gay and resilient, and vice versa. So the fight to keep going is so much great. It's so much greater than that. Like, I would still come back and be black and gay and black. I wouldn't give that up for nothing. It's love. It's lovely, because it definitely ain't for the weak. We may be the most hated. We are the most coveted. We the most desired. We are the trailblazers. We are the original. Just remember that. You are kings and queens, both at the same time. Embrace that masculine and feminine. Show these straight men definitely what Barack Obama said, which is facts. Which is facts. We keep these happy homes happy. And even if they don't give us our credit, we know they get it from us too. We add flavor to this shit. And we always have. We add the spice, the sass, all that, the zest. We are that bitch. Always remember that. All right, y'all. But definitely like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back probably with another being black and gay, single video. Who knows? But that's my take on it.